In this video, we are going to be analyzing UPST. If you want your own stock analyzed, throw it in the comments and I'll get round to it. But to get straight into it, they have just released their earnings. We have popped off this news. We're up around 35% as we're recording this video. Now, what are going to be these key support and resistances? And for this, again, like always, we tend to focus on the standard deviation channel chart because, again, it not only gives us a longer term outlook, but we can see those key levels provided in these charts. So, first thing to actually note is, how has this stock been performing over the long term? Very weak in general. Again, basically a very strong downtrend. Recently hit our 52-week low, and the earnings is what's made it pop, and now we're starting to push to the upside. But overall, we still haven't broken that kind of recent kind of squeeze high. So what I'm paying attention to for the time being is when we're coming into these deviations, looking to play them short bias, and we can actually see, looking at this chart right away, it has already some sort of, well, has kind of already played out. So if we break to a new high, we'll be looking for a new opportunity. But what we can see is, firstly, where are our deviations? So we have $17.25, we have $19. If we go higher, we have the $21.30. And again, this is key because this is the one we broke today, well, pre-market. And if we did break higher, then we're looking at around the 25.25, the 27.50, 29.45. I think that'll be the main ones we note for the time being, because again, that's already requiring a big push as it is. So the further levels, we're not going to hit them anytime soon. So one thing I want to note then is what happened pre-market today. So as we can see, we came, after hours yesterday, the release came out, we hit that deviation, which was our first deviation on the 1 year. We pulled back off this. So again, broke, pulled back for the resistance, retested this essentially as a support. And then again, whenever we touch it for the second time, we do expect that break, which we got in this case. We broke through. Again, tested this level, instantly pulled back, retesting this as a support. Against some, you could count this area as a hold. And then we started to get a bit of a bounce. So definitely providing opportunity off these levels. We can tell they are being respected. And then coming into today, again, now it's kind of waiting for a trend direction to kind of basically pick itself. And how do we get that? And we could potentially see it now, but really would want to kind of see it on a on a 5 minute. But obviously we opened, we snapped below this deviation level. We came back to test it as a resistance. We did not hold it. We kind of held round here for a bit, but then we ended up breaking through. So now what I'd really be watching, and probably watch for that $20 resistance, is come back or come into that, test that as a resistance. Well, don't really care about the resistance, but we want to basically come back and test this $19 support. If that holds, then we could really see an upside move back to that 21.30. Again, considering we've already hit that, more likely to break it. And then what we really are paying attention to then is a break above that level, come back to test it as a support. If that holds, then looking to play direction to around 25.25. So that's really going to be the main thing I'm looking at. And again, it is looking more for the pushes to the upside, and then really looking to trade it to the downside. Because again, stocks like this, whenever there has really been a strong downtrend, which, I mean, you go on a 1 year chart, you can see very obvious downtrend. I don't want to be playing against the overall big trend. Yes, earnings have been good. That's what pushed it before. But again, look at the previous results. What's happened on each of their previous earnings? Popped on earnings, popped on earnings, popped on earnings. This one's no different. We're popping to the upside, but what's probably going to happen is as soon as we kind of come into this range, we hit that, and then we just sell off and probably even break that 52-week low. So again, it's always important to be looking at what is the overall trend. And again, if you go through their findings, you can probably see there is probably fundamental weakness. If a stock's continuing down that week, there will be an issue. So again, don't really want to be trading against the overall trend, and that's why I tend to trade these stocks short bias only when they come into high probability levels, which are the deviation levels we've gone through in this video. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, why not drop a like and subscribe, and check out this analysis video.